What's up guys, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how you can make some nice appealing professional quality thumbnails. Now before we get started, just want to say I am not like a Photoshop expert. Before I started YouTube I had no experience in Photoshop at all, but throughout the years as I was doing my videos I learned as I went. So this goes to show you, even if you're not a computer whiz, you can still learn and grow and improve your content. So recently I've been trying to upgrade my thumbnails. So these are the few thumbnails that I made in the past few videos. So you can see this is Ark. This was for Dead by Daylight. This one's for Dead by Daylight. And then we have this one I made a video yesterday for Ark. So yeah, I've been trying to really improve my thumbnails and make them more bright in color, more appealing. And I feel like they've been doing good because my videos have been getting, more traction than usual. And I don't even want to show this, but if we go back to my very first video 4 years ago, you can see how my thumbnails looked. They just look so, oh my god, they look horrible compared to now. I don't even know what I was thinking. I just literally made video after video. That made no sense. The thumbnails do not look appealing at all. Even I wouldn't click on them. And then fast forward to my recent videos, you can see my thumbnails definitely look a lot more brighter. The text pop better, and yeah, I just personally like it. So I'm slowly trying to upgrade all my thumbnails on all my videos to make it look more appealing. So before we get started with this video, I just want to say I did make a Fiverr account. If you don't know what Fiverr is a website where you could go on to actually pay people to make you either YouTube thumbnails, stream overlays, logos, intros, a whole bunch of stuff. So I actually just signed up for Fiverr and giving good prices on people that want thumbnails. So I'm going to put the link to my gig in the description below. If you guys decide to buy a thumbnail from me, all you gotta do is tell me that you came from my YouTube channel and you would get one thumbnail free. So you buy one, get one free. And if you share the link with your friends, that would be amazing as well. Now there's two ways you guys can get a background photo. So you can either go to Google, or for example, if you use Elgato or OBS, what I normally like to do if I use Elgato after I record, when I want to get a screenshot from my thumbnail, I go over my recent gameplay, like my video, and I try to find a good spot in the video where I could get like a good screenshot. Like right here, if I wanted this, where she's choking him, I could get that, but it seems a little bit too dark for me. So let's say I wanted like right here or something like that. I'm just choking him up. Normally I like to do that because then I can put the text right here in the open spot. But for this example, we're just going to go into Google. So the game I'm going to use for this example thumbnail is Ark. I just like Ark. I think it's an amazing game, and I like the colors in Ark. It's always so bright and nice. So we're going to use this as an example. But for whatever game you're trying to do, what you want to do is go to Google and type in, so let's say it's Call of Duty. Type in Call of Duty background HD to get some good background, or type in, background HD for whatever game. Okay, so we're going to pick this picture right here. Now I know it's not that bright, but we should be able to brighten it up in Photoshop. So you just want to save this. Then you want to start a new page in Photoshop, so you want to make sure it's 1280 by 720 pixels, then click OK. And then we're going to place our background that we just saved into Photoshop. Now, normally, for me, this screen pops up if you're in Adobe Photoshop, and here you can change the exposure if you want to make it a little bit brighter. So here we can make it a little bit brighter. I'm just going to put it like that for now. And then you want to make sure the photo opens up full size, and then boom, we have this right here. So for this example thumbnail, I'm gonna pretend like I'm making a video on Ark on how to tame a Giga, which is pretty much a big dinosaur. So what I like to do normally, before I add any other pictures in, I like to start with the text. Now the font you want to use, or the font I like to use, is Burbank Big Condensed. Now, if you don't have this font, you can go to a website called thefont.com. I'll put the link in the description there. You can download any font, and it'll automatically, after you install it, it'll automatically update in your Photoshop, and it should be there. So for the first line, we're going to do how to tame, and then we're going to move this down a little bit. Then if you hit Control T and Shift and Alt at the same time, then you're able to actually, upgrade the size of it. So we're gonna move it right a good middle area. Then you want to start another text underneath. Now for the middle text, I like to use the Commando font. So we're gonna do a Giga. We're gonna make this bigger here. Put it right underneath, not so close to where it's touching the top one, but you want to leave a little bit of space. Try to line it up in the middle. And then normally if you see my other Ark thumbnail, I like to do how to tame, and then I do the middle one, like the name of the dinosaur, I like to do it in yellow. and then I put the map that I got it on. So I'm gonna put the map, we're gonna add another text, and then we're gonna put the island. For this one, I like to go back to the Burbank. Oh, also what I like to do is hit Control T and then right click, hit skew. And if you hit this top box right here and you move it a little bit to the right, it basically slants it. I just personally feel like it looks better that way, so we're gonna do that for all of them. There we go. Okay, now that we got that, so now we're gonna change the color of the words in the middle. So how you do that is make sure you highlight the text on the right side, and then you want to click this A right here for character. Then you hit color, and the color I like to use is yellow. You'll see why later. It definitely brightens up the thumbnail. So pick like a good yellow color. There we go. Okay, so now for the white text. So what I like to do is we're gonna click on how to tame first. We're gonna go to the inner glow. So we're gonna change the top to linear dodge add. Opacity about 47. Now for the color, I pick a yellow. And then you want to do satin. So here we're going to do satin. We're going to keep that on multiply. Drop the opacity down to probably 14, 15. Around there should be good. The angle, we're going to move to around 90. Distance, we're going to move up to probably around like 40 or 50. And then for size, we're gonna bring up to around 80 or 90. So now you can see it's not just plain white. It's like a gray white type of color. I pretty much like how that looks personally. And then if I turn satin on and off, you can see the difference. So you can see plain white, and then you can see with the satin, just gives a little bit more color to the white text. And then you want to add a gradient overlay. And you want to open up the gradient. For the left color, you want to double click on the color. And on the bottom right here, this little search bar, you're just going to type in ED, ED, ED. So here, it's like a grayish white color. And then the color on the right, you're just going to keep the same. You're going to keep that as a pure white. And then you hit OK. And then what I like to do is change the angle to probably, let me see, -90. And then if you never want to have to do these settings again, all you have to do is hit Make Default. Or you can save it as a new style and just keep it like that. That way it'll be easier for when you do it, another thumbnail with a different text. For example, you would just make a new style, just new style 1, and then we're gonna hit OK. And then for the island, we're basically gonna do the same thing, but since you made a style already, you go up on the left where it says style, click the last one, that's the one we just did, and then you could see it change to the same color as this one did. So now what you wanna do is you wanna click on the first text, hold shift and then click on the last text to where all 3 texts are highlighted. Then on the keyboard you want to hit Control G to where it basically put all the text in a group. Now this is going to be important. So once you put it in a group, you could just rename it to text, what I like to do. And then now you can make a duplicate of the group. Bring the copy below the original text group. And you want to right click on the text copy one and hit Convert to Smart Object. So you could rename this to Drop Shadow Layer. And then you want to double click on it because we're going to add a drop shadow. Now drop shadow is basically going to be like the outline around the words. So you can use stroke. For example, like stroke like this. Now I used to like how stroke looked, but after I learned how to do this with the drop shadow, I like this so much better. So you want to click on drop shadow, put it on normal. You want to put the spread all the way up. Put the opacity to 100. You can see the outline looks much better, more like a little 3D effect. And then you can turn the size up. Now the size, you don't want to make it too much because then it's like this. So you want to, I like to do it to where it's like just enough. Let me see. Like right there should be good. Distance changes it to like, if you want like a more 3D effect, it like drops the shadow down a little bit. So you can definitely play around that. I personally just like it like that. And then for the angle, you could change the angle too. I really don't mess around with the angle that much. So after you do that, you just hit OK. Now what I like to do now is I hit B on my keyboard or click the brush on the left side. Make sure you have 100% hardness up here. I normally like to drop the size a little bit. and make sure this color is black, or whatever. Make sure this color is whatever the outline color is on your text. And what I like to personally do is just fill in the open spots right here, like in between the letters. I just personally think it looks better like that. Now for this thumbnail, I'm not going to use the brush. I just feel like it won't look good with it. We're going to skip that step. But yeah, if you want to keep that step, make sure you just fill in any openings and just make it look a little bit better. So after you do that, what you want to do is make a copy of the drop shadow layer here. Duplicate layer. Now after you make a copy one, you want to go back to the original one on the bottom, right click it and hit convert to smart object again. So that way we can add another drop shadow. So then you want to double click it. And here we're going to add another drop shadow. We're going to put it to normal. Now we're going to add a different color. So I like to use yellow. Put the opacity up. Put the spread up a little bit. The size I don't put up that much. Put up a little bit in the distance. I try to keep it to where like right around here. And then we're going to add a outer glow. So for the outer glow for blend mode, you want to put linear dodge add. And then you want to change the color to mostly whatever color the background is. Let me see if we do like a dark blue here, how that would look. Let me see, put the opacity up. You can put the size up. It just gives you a nice glow around the words. This is really your preference, so just play around with it. Let me see, maybe if I do yellow because the background color is yellow. Lower the size a little bit. So you can see it gets that nice yellow glow. Say probably around there. I probably should have chosen a different color background for this, but now after you get your text done, I know this text could probably been a little bit better. Like I said, I'm learning as I'm going, so you can see with my other, my other thumbnails, I did the text pretty much the same way. And I personally liked how they came out. Like all these texts have been done the same way, so yeah. So now once we get that done, now what I like to do is, so the Giga is this dinosaur right here. So what I like to do for Arc, for example, you want to find a good PNG. So PNG means basically transparent, so no background. So I just type in Arc dinosaurs PNG, and it gives me all the dinosaurs with no background. That way I can save it. And then we're going to bring it to our thumbnail. And then we're going to make sure it's above the text, so that way, like that. If you want to make it look like he's biting the letters or something, or something like that. And then if you want to, make the Giga look more like he's actually in the picture, you could add a drop shadow, normal. Put the just to make it look like he got some shadow on him. Playing around with that. And you could add an outer glow as well. So you want to add like a black outer glow. You can do that. Or sometimes I like to just add a stroke around them. And then I just thin the stroke out to like a 1. So pretty much like this. And then for whatever game you're playing, so this we're playing Ark, right? So I like to do the logo of the game. So whatever game, whether it's Call of Duty, Ark, you just want to type in whatever the game is, logo and PNG. That way you can get the PNG version of the logo and then save it. I already have the logo, so we're just going to grab it from up here. So there we go. And then I normally like to put the logo in a good spot, so when people see the thumbnail, they know exactly what game it is right away. Alright, I say we have a pretty good thumbnail. Now, obviously, if you use a better background, brighter background, but I say it kind of looks like he's really in the picture, like in the rain and stuff, and he's about biting the letters, makes him look vicious, and I feel like it looks appealing. And then to save it, what I normally do is to save it as a JPEG. For quality, I just do maximum, optimized. Basically, all these settings here is what I do. And then I like to save it to a thumbnail folder. So normally I'll just do tutorial. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Check out my Fiverr if you guys want me to make a thumbnail for you. And if you pay me to make a thumbnail for you, I promise I will make sure I don't stop till you guys are fully satisfied with the thumbnail. And yeah, hopefully this helps you out in any sort of way if you're creating thumbnails on your own. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.